Okay, we're started recording. We're back in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and because they are talking about Greenland, which is right beside Canada, I'm taking off from this air base. I'm not even sure if it's an Iceland or what it is. It's called BIKF, and I'm in a Mandalorian armory craft. I'm not even sure if it'll fly. Never really flown it, and I'm gonna go across to here in Greenland, and then I might tour around too. Now it is dark all the time, so I don't think I'll be able to get it too light, but let's try to take off. Here we go.
Tower Mando, Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar, ready at runway 1 departure.
And we're ready to take off. I'm not even sure if this aircraft will fly. I don't even know what it is. I just downloaded it somewhere. I don't even know if it's got a... Holy crap! It actually kind of looks like a spaceship inside. Look at this. Wow. I'm impressed. Wow. Let's go up a bit. Wow, look at that. That's sick. Let's go outside. Wow. And we're gonna try to fly. But it looks pretty detailed. Like, look at this craft. I don't even know where I got it. I'm pretty sure I got it for free. Or maybe it's a Dune one that came with it. But I'm not even sure if it's activated or... Yeah, I don't know if there is. Oh, wow. Look at that. Cool. Wow. Oh, and then I lean forward. And it puts the rear ones on. Look at that.
Flaming Tower Mando, Mike Alpha November
And
Delta
I use the
Oscar,
throttle to go up and down. That's for the bottom ones. That is sick. Look at this thing. Sick.
Flaming Tower Mando, Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar,
Yeah,
frequency
so that's
change.
kind of...
Keflavik Approach Mando, Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar, is type 1 miles east of Keflavik 3,000 feet.
Yeah, I
Request
think
clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Yeah, I think you gotta twist like helicopters, and then you start dropping down. Look at that. It's like the arms and legs are moving.
Squawk 075 Mando,
Okay,
Mike
let's
Alpha November Delta
see if
Oscar.
autopilot will work. I doubt it, but you never know. Let's see. AI pilot on.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Mando, Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar.
Okay, I do have to turn around.
125.5 Mando, Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar. Goodbye. Reykjavik Center, Mando, Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar, 8,800 feet.
Mando, Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar,
Yes.
Reykjavik Center altimeter 29.56 radar contact continue.
Okay, I took over again. Turning around and trying to go full blast. Oh, Afterburner allows me to... Wow. Wow. Yeah, I couldn't.
Going
I
to
was limited
119.3
once I put the
Mando, Mike
afterburner
Alpha,
on. Now I
November
can
Delta
steer
Oscar.
up and down. Let's go
Conflating
back
approach
inside.
Mando, Mike Alpha, November Delta Oscar,
Wow.
12,200 feet.
Look how fast I can get.
Mando Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar completing approach altimeter.
Oh, landing. Oh, my gear was still deployed. Oh. No
Mando
wonder.
Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar
No, I damaged it.
center of 125.5. Good day.
Yeah.
125.5 Mando, Mike Alpha, November Delta Oscar. Goodbye. Reykjavik Center, Mando, Mike Alpha, November Delta Oscar, 10,100 feet.
Mando Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar Reykjavik
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
.56 radar contact. Continue. Mando Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar, you're leaving my airspace radar service. Terminated squawk 7000. Frequency change approved.
Oh yeah, there I go.
7000.
There I go, good.
Frequency change approved, Mando.
I can
Mike Alpha,
still fly
November
with
Delta
that.
Oscar.
It is pretty sick.
Keflavik
I just
approach
got to
Mando,
remember to
Mike Alpha, November
take
Delta
the
Oscar is
gear.
times 7 miles west of Keflavik, 6,600 feet.
Wow, this is
Request
sick.
flight following.
Mando Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar Keflavik approach. Squawk 5776.
Yeah, let's just go back and
Squawk
land.
5776 Mando, Mike Alpha, November Delta Oscar.
Mando Mike
If
Alpha
I
November
can.
Delta Oscar radar contact 6 miles
Oh.
west of Keflavik, 2,200 feet.
I still got control.
Altimeter 29.56.
Coming in for a landing.
Roger, Mando, Mike Alpha, November Delta Oscar. Keflavik approach,
there's
Mando, Mike Alpha, November Delta Oscar. Request
One
clearance
way.
to transition Charlie airspace.
Put my flaps down, which there are any.
Mando Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar Keflavik approach. Clear to the Charlie airspace.
See if I can land this thing.
Clear through
It's pretty
Charlie
cool.
airspace,
Now that I
Mando,
know
Mike Alpha,
to put the
November
gear
Delta
up,
Oscar.
I'm gonna try to restart it. This is just a practice run. If I can't land it, then I may just go with the jet, F-18. Oh, damaged. Restart. Let's try restart. Flight will restart. Yes. Now I know what to do. So it's take off,
Keflavik
retract the
Mando,
gear.
Mike Alpha, November Delta Oscar, ready for north departure at runway 1.
Yes, here we go. Oh, I just let the AI take it over. I wonder if the AI
Mando Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar.
will actually take off.
Mando Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Oh, if not, I'll just
Keflavik Tower, Mando, Mike Alpha, November Delta Oscar frequency change. Reykjavik Center, Mando, Mike Alpha, November Delta Oscar is type 1 miles south
yeah.
of
It
Keflavik,
seems to be. It's not
4,200
moving
feet.
forward yet,
Request
but
clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Mando
see if I
Mike
can
Alpha
see
November
inside
Delta
the
Oscar Reykjavik Center. Squawk
cockpit.
7163.
No.
Squawk 716 Tree Mando, Mike Alpha, November Delta
See if
Oscar.
he starts going forward. It's just hovering.
Mando Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar radar contact 1 mile south of Keflavik, 9,700 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace, Mando, Mike Alpha, November Delta Oscar.
Doesn't seem to be. Well, I'm gonna have to take over, I think. Let's yes, let's try. There, I got control. Oh wait. Yeah, there we go. Gears up. flaps up. Look at this thing fly. Pretty cool. It's like a transformer. Look at that. Look at my speed. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's go inside.
Flamic approach Mando Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar 14,200 feet.
Mando Mike Alpha November Delta
Yeah,
Oscar.
pretty cool. Although it will be hard to see. So I will want to keep that window open. Oh, what? Overstressed. Wow. Well, let's go back to the main menu. Let's just launch in the helicopter. Yes, and I'll start out right in the middle of Greenland, just to see if the photogrammetry, which might be coming off 3D photogrammetry satellites, and the white that you see online might be manipulated, but maybe this one actually depicts the proper. Okay, here we are. Oh, I don't know what that is. Gross point. Huh. Well, let's just start right here, and we are going to departure. I'm going to change the aircraft to this cool helicopter. Just awesome. It flies just. Which one was it? I think it was this one. Yeah, move liveries. Yeah, look at this. Let's go yellow. And 100%. And payload 100%. Customization. Mando. World map. And we're going to fly over to this gas plant, and that's going to be the arrival. And we are going to go IFR, high altitude, and we're going to go real time. Yes, we are. Now watch this. Wonder if this will put this in real time to what's really there. Maybe we'll see it. Supposedly there's an aircraft melting and some mountains and animals and lush green land. We are going to okay, I'm at 10,000 feet. Okay. Still recording. Here we go with 10,000. What? Ah. That's crazy. They even have a... Wow. That was crazy. It even has, it's all whited out, like they're hiding something. Yes, yes, yes. Oh. Restart. Interesting. Well, Level 2. Level 2, yes. I think it's going to take me to the end point, which is some fuel station just outside of Greenland. It's kind of weird that you can see everything outside of Greenland, but not in Greenland. Yeah, it's weird. Let's take over there. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. Oh, I'm losing kind of some control. Because I hit the ground and it was like 10,000 feet. Look here. Yes. It's going. So weird. Yeah, it's like where I'm actually coming from. I should actually, let's go make sure that gas plant is there. Gas. See how far it is. That looks pretty real, I will say. Oh yeah, there's the rows. Oh yeah, it's only a mile away. Looks like it's in the middle of the water. Get to the point, it's supposed to be land. That's weird. Why didn't they? Huh. Let's go back. I see something in the distance. Yeah, there should be a bunch of islands, then Greenland. Seems to be handling pretty good. Yeah, like look at that. It's pretty decent. The moon, light. Let's look up there. Yeah, this is actually kind of cool to go over here. Oh, I almost. Oh, there's the pilot there. You can see the one's head. Look at that. I almost went too low, but actually that's not bad there. You know, you can see this kind of in the level, I think. Yeah, right there. You don't want to have too much of the guy's eye in the repetitive thing, but it actually does seem kind of real. I can see my altimeter, but I could just go outside if I'm really concerned. Let's go lights. There we go. Pretty cool. And like, this is not that expensive. It's like, I don't know, $100. You gotta have a computer, but I can play this, Battlefield, racing games, cable, TV, movies, YouTube, Facebook, social media, email, movies, cable, you know, sports, all at my fingertips on multiple screens. I got just a one TV right here, but I could put it to 3 TVs at the same time, 3 different shows. But you need a decent computer. Mine's pushing like 32 gigs of RAM. I got a NVIDIA 4060 Ti graphic card, and then the CPU. They're all CPUs are pretty good, but I got a pretty decent one. And I just got it going to a 60 hertz TV for now. But when I get it up to a 144 hertz, I'll be able to go even higher resolutions and higher frames per second in syncing it. Even though mine will do hundreds of frames per second, it can't translate them into the monitor, so the monitor kind of is the bottleneck. So I'm actually turning right. I can just see the map. I was actually going parallel to Greenland. So I want to get over, just see what happens, because I crashed and hit the ground at like 10,000 meters, 10,000 feet. I don't know what was going on there. So I don't know if there's a bubble over Greenland. Not too sure. But you can see my altitude. The helicopter does handle well. It is a little skittish at lower speeds, but there are some stall recovery mechanisms, so you still have to be a little wary of it. You can't just jam the throttles, and even though I got the ailerons and all that kind of working together. And I can still control the tail rotor, even though I think I do have like an auto rudder going on for aircraft, only because I was getting a flutter. So there I'm 600. Coming over the water. It looks so good. Like, that's pretty good. See the pilot. Okay, let's that up to the top left. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I will say. Now, like I said, I don't want to go outside or weird views, because, you know, it's pretty. I could just tap my stick forward and I'll splash and crash and have to start over, and I don't feel like starting over. Pretty neat though. Views. Yeah, and it seems like a real pilot's head and his mannerism. So be careful, because it's easy to go, you know, sensitive enough you go up or down and not really realize it. Especially when you're not really technically in it. But just straightening back out. cool. Like that looks really good. I don't want to touch any buttons either, like autopilot systems, because I don't trust them. So this is not a Microsoft helicopter, and I don't think autopilot work all that well in helicopters to begin with. Sometimes not many aircraft either. But that looks pretty good. Like I said, I want to keep kind of behind it. I don't want to go too out of whack, because I will. It's pretty easy to crash. Should see some islands coming up pretty shortly.
Commando Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar Contact Center on 120.3. Good day. Going to 120.3 Mando Mike Alpha November Delta
AI,
Oscar. Center Mando
co-pilot.
Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar 200 feet. Mando Mike Alpha November Delta Oscar Center altimeter 29.83 radar contact. Continue to Custa.
Oh, look at that. That is pretty smooth. 400 feet. Like I said, this is really, really good. And this is all free. Like, I can go anywhere in the world. I'm just doing this little experiment to see if the land is there. I don't know how long it's going to take. Yeah, there are some other little islands. Yes, gotta go a little right. Yeah, so it shouldn't be too long. I will film all the way through just to see. It is kind of scenic. And like I said, even though I'm only doing 150. I don't want to overstress it. Back inside, just so I can look around. Now the stick will turn, you see it moving. Hands aren't on it, but it is moving. Oh, I was just over top of me. That's actually kind of a neat view there. Okay, there you can see me. I should be coming up to the island. See it going a little left. Oh, I was up 1,700 feet. Wow. Should be able to see them right ahead. I do see what appears to be mountains. That could be the land, these little islands. Yes, this is interesting. Maybe they never thought of that. They thought of someone starting out over top, but never starting away from it and coming back. Ah. Yeah, gotta look up a bit. That's a good angle there. See enough. You can see the tops of the sticks. Even when I move my rudders, although the feet and the hands are not on those raisins, but it still looks good. Right there. 700 feet, 176. I'm moving pretty fast. Look at the altitude. It's nice to have a little bit of altitude, see a little further, but also so you don't crash. Just one inverted movement. and then it sucks. You got to start all over or plan a new flight. See. Yeah, it's straight. Kind of straight ahead, basically. Now we'll see what it's coming up. I'm guessing maybe another 5 minutes. It is interesting to see whether or not, because I know AI, a lot of AI games, there were a lot of games that would AI generate cities and stuff, like one called Matrix Awakens, and they shelved the game because it recreated all the buildings from logic, AI logic, and they looked just like the old found buildings, and made out of perfect symmetry and lighting and free energy and materials all brought together, kind of like with a 3D printer from the source, or like or nature. So they don't want that. They don't want the public to say, "Hey, how come?" They don't want them to put together this coincidence, but it's not a coincidence because that's where all these buildings came from. They're naturally formed, just like a forest or a human. But they're buildings to preserve life, and they have a purpose, just like humans do and other creatures. And it's sustenance and life preservation. So we are getting kind of closer. I just got to veer off a bit to the right. I can see them in the distance. I don't know how much longer, but you can see. I mean, sometimes this is kind of the boring side sometimes of flight sims, whereas it's not always. Like, there are missions and stuff you can do that will show you quick in there, just landings. There's got like dangerous approach, high risk or high wind approaches, epic ones. There's like sightseeing stuff, lessons, military. There's all kind of quick or long adventure. Like some of the scenic places take a long time, and you can skip ahead during your flight plan sometimes, but this one I think was a direct one, so it actually had an anomaly where I started out over Greenland and I hit something and crashed, or my equipment, maybe I was going down too fast. I thought it hit something, but it died and I had to restart. So here I am coming up. I do see land. I'm getting close. Should be clearing. You can see up here. It's right up. I don't want to accidentally crash. Move this up. Okay, you can see them on the map. So it looks like there's 2 little islands, and then in the back, those big mountains I think is actually on Greenland, which I might be able to fly under and see them and expose what really is there. They're probably going to take somebody to do this, because you can't get to it because you're over top of it. You can't see anything, but when you come from outside of it, maybe you can. So I'm still concentrating. I don't want to get too low. We're only 200 feet. I think get it to about 500. Always good to have a few hundred feet buffer. And we are got a good 156 knots. I'm just using a Logitech Force 3D flight stick. It's like 15 years old. They're not expensive. USB, just very easy to map. You might want to get a newer model just for the updated drivers, because I do have to update this. Sometimes it doesn't really recognize by some games. And then I got a new super lightweight high-speed Bluetooth gaming mouse. It's a Logitech G Pro. It weighs like just a few ounces. You just slide it around and look how it just detects. It's so much better, especially in games like Battlefield or any other shooting game, or just general usage, moving your mouse around. Okay, let's concentrate. Hopefully we get there soon. I do see a line in the water coming up, and it does look like I'm getting some either ice formations, but I do see the mountains getting closer in the distance. Yeah, this is a pretty cool game. Like I said, to some, I mean, it can be boring doing this, but I look at the bigger picture. Just kind of a little mission I'm on. No different than the other missions. So I'm not going to risk anything right now by zooming around or going in and out too rapidly. Like I said, you do want to keep an eye on your gauges. Make sure you do not get too slow or low. I mean, if you're in an aircraft, you don't want to be stalling, but same thing is sometimes it's tough to see, especially if there's fog or clouds. You can't see where the water is and you just fly right into it. And I've done that for me. The AI does it all the time. I've done it. So I can start to see these islands. And, oh yeah, I see them right now. And then I can see the main landing. I'm going to go up to the map. Oh yeah, you can see the map there. Yeah. I actually go, yeah, there's those islands, and then left of it looks like an inlet. Wow. And then I'm going to fly in to the inland from there. It's going to be cool. There. Yeah, you can see that land right there. It's like a little tiny island, not barely above the water, but I will fly over it and go left, and that looks like an island inlet onto mainland Greenland. If there's any hidden castles or starports or other mysterious structures. And I got a full load of fuel, barely touched any. I'm not going to run out of fuel. Got 170 knots, pretty good speed. I got skis, I can land on snow. It's pretty cool. Doesn't get any realer than that. It's a pretty good view there. See in the distance. Looks like there might be some buildings over there. Making sure I do not want to crash at all. Doesn't look like these islands have anything, so I'm going to start slowly slipstreaming over towards the but I still will keep in viewing distance of these islands. I don't want to miss out if there is any lighthouse or castle remnants from old world source or nature. How they're produced, it's hard to believe. Even the old trams and engines, I think the foundries were built for them, and the crafts and the equipment on how to build more. Same with brick, same with the technology, but they didn't understand it, so they thought it was, I think, hocus pocus, and they destroyed it and stole it, and they claimed ownership, and they didn't own it, they didn't build it, and that's why they did all the great fires to hide their theft. But you know what? They did preserve them, so and that was years ago. But you should be able to reverse and bring back that technology and stop paying as much taxes and bills, or for utilities or to live. You should have a house, because these houses were built for free from the source to the people. So we are coming up to that first side. It does look like there's something on it. It's really strange. It looks like there's a little triangle. Definitely going to get down. Hopefully I don't get too fast. Weird, eh? 1,700 feet, 170. It's a pretty cool helicopter. There's a free helicopter too. Looks like it's just a small little hill. And we will go left and over to that island. And we're just going to do a few ranges. Let's get up to it. This is pretty cool, pretty real. Does seem kind of boring. I mean, it is nice being in Battlefield 6 and demoing anything. And targeting, but it is nice doing scenic flights. You gotta be in the right mood. It is nicer if there is an autopilot, so sometimes I put the AI on or the autopilot systems and trust them. And other times I've gone away to have something to eat, come back, and I was crashed. So sometimes it doesn't always work out, but it is nice to have autopilot. You can skip ahead in some of these, depending on how you get there. I don't know, like other, like some bushes. But it is kind of cool seeing. Yeah, you can see those are other islands over there, and then behind it all is Greenland. Don't really expect to see any of these islands, but maybe ahead. .400. Hopefully I can get there. I got a friend popping by. Hopefully I can get to the coastline. I hate to crash it because I was disturbed. Look at that. Pretty cool. Yeah, you can see the heat vapors coming out of the exhaust. That's cool. Like, they really did a wonderful job of modeling. This is a free one, I think. So, whoever made this, amazing. You know, if you have allergies and you squeeze it. Oh, I don't know if it's the chemtrails they're doing, or just food preservatives, but I get, usually it's chemicals I'm more allergic to. Okay, we're approaching the first island tip. We'll just do a little cruise along the coastline. I'm not going to really go too far looking for abnormal signs of life or anything. I haven't gone too fast in aircraft and have a structural failure. It kind of sucks to get a structural failure when you're not even 2 minutes off the mainland island, one of the mainland islands. Because if it's done with photogrammetry, it could accidentally depict old world structures or castles, or starports. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it is a little boring, but it is. I mean, I like to still see, some of this terrain. So there's just nothing there. Just the challenge. And maybe I'll land, have a look around. I did a loop-to-loop in this helicopter, I think, one day. 175. Now, let's do a little scour, then I'll go up you, try to do a loop-to-loop in a little bay. Yeah, it's pretty neat. It looks like there's ice coming up here. Castles. Oh, they look like some sort of ruins. They look like houses or something. They don't want to crash the mountain. Let's get a little closer. Yeah, there's some nice rock. I do have to put, it is taking a while, it's late generating, but I can adjust the setting. I gotta put it up to 200 level of detail. Those are just bushes. Yeah, those are bushes. I thought they were little houses. Pretty cool though. Let's go down to the end of this little valley. You never know, there could be a little village. Pretty scenic, I will say. If there isn't any, there should be. Oh, definitely some buildings here. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, a little village. Wow, pretty cool. Square modular housing. Wow. That's shrubbery. Yeah, those look like kind of modern. Definitely bed built. Yeah, let's go back and land. Start stalling. Oh yeah, right down there. See the lights? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not sure. I remember how to do this landing. It is tough. These are not very stable aircraft at all. Yeah, I think I want to go to the higher ground one. There's a road up there. Kind of pulling back. I should zoom in a little bit. Because I want to see when I get down to, yeah, like real slow. Yeah. Oh, they look like little boxes. I don't know, maybe they're what they make in Greenland. So sunroof. Yeah, pretty cool. I'm definitely gonna land from the outside just to try it out. Yeah, it is pretty cool because I can see the light and it tells me how far I'm away from the ground. Wow, that's pretty cool. Wow. Look at that. What an image there. That's a good looking picture right there. Really good. Same with there. Already seen it. Oh wow, look at that. In west from Greenland, there's the building structures behind me. Yeah, see them right there. Look at that one. Then we got little domes, you know, probably for sunlight coming in, or receiving power. That's how you receive them, little domes. You know. But that's it. We are going to shut her down. Duke out.